Well, hello and welcome back to the Town Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading for the brave at heart. Why do I say that? Well, because a lot of, and I mean a lot, of the tarot readers on the internet these days take you to La La Land. They make predictions, they tell you how wonderful things are going to be and everything's going to work out and da 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 da. Plus, many of them throw out 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 cards and then try to make sense out of that spaghetti. So by the time you're done with the reading, you have no idea what the energy is in that reading. And that's important because tarot is the science of potential. I've done tarot for 20 years. Astrology for 50. Astrology is the science of cycles. It's not magical. It's not satanic. I mean, I suppose you could make it that way if you want to, but it's not. It's knowing that the weekend is coming up. It's knowing that here in the United States, Labor Day, not Labor Day, I think it's Labor Day, is around the corner. Then it's Thanksgiving. Then it's Christmas. We start a new year. That's knowing cycles. And then once you figure out some of the cycles, now you try to hone it down. And that's where it gets tricky. I have found very, very, very few people who can take astrological readings and really boil them down so that they're clear and they make sense. There are few who have that ability. But for the most part, they don't have any idea at all. They got this happening, and this is squaring this and trining this, and we're moving into conjunction here, and we got this with the North Node. And you got to try to figure it all out because it's conflicting, which, by the way, is what life is. Tarot, much simpler in regards to its potential. You see 5 cards on the screen, that's all you're going to see. They're not going to dance around. They're not going to wave at you. They're not going to do no motion. It's there. This is meant, as I said, for serious tarot people. I take this frequency, I take the energy of these 5 cards, and I clearly, concisely tell you what that energy is, and then you decide whether or not it fits into your life. The vast majority of people, it will not resonate with them, if at all, but maybe tomorrow's reading will, or next week, or next month. I do a brand new reading every day, 365. I don't care about holidays. I'm here to help you. Yes, I would certainly enjoy it, appreciate it if you liked, subscribed, you shared, because that tells the internet to change the algorithm and makes my life just a little bit easier. But outside of that, you are the priority. I want to inspire you. So we take this reading, 5 cards, we condense them into a single energy, and then you decide, does it fit or not? If I were to take 100 people on a day-to-day basis, 80 it won't apply to. 10 it will apply on some level, and maybe the last 10 will really resonate. That's a typical reading. That's a typical day. It's the same for all readers. It doesn't make any difference. And if they tell you anything else, that this Capricorn reading, this Gemini reading, this applies to all, it doesn't. It's a very small subset of a subset. Like I said, 10% usually. If you got a good day, maybe 20%. But my job is to make a clear message. Take these 5 cards, create the energy from the frequency, or vice versa, and then you apply it to your life. And boy, is there a lot of applying needed these days, huh? Let's take a look at the middle card. That's the Oracle card. It sets the mood for the whole reading. It says, time for a nap. Not a bad idea. Now, that doesn't mean that you check out. It means a nap is a nap is a nap. In other words, it's you can take a nap in 20 minutes, 40 minutes, maybe an hour. And that's all, because anything more than that is actually sleep mode. You just want a nap, a little refresher. And that's what it is the time for, because we are, well, you can tell right now we're already knee deep in it. And they're just going to keep dumping the sludge on us for the next year to 2 years, maybe even a little longer. The people who said you're going to have nothing and like it, you see what they're doing to the world. interrupting the internet. Wall Street is shaking and quaking. The inflation thing is just going crazy. People flooding over the border. Nobody knows who a man, a woman, or anything else is. That's all on purpose. That's all on purpose just to get you off your game. So you need to take a nap because it's going to get even tougher. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you feel it in your bones already. You know. So it's time for a nap. You need to recharge. Here's the meme for today. Sometime your freedom is not going to be taken away at gunpoint, but instead it is done one piece of paper at a time. One seemingly meaningless rule at a time. One small silencing at a time. So I don't know that there will be this great overthrow, although they're telling us that, AI is going to take all our jobs. We see what's happening with the workforce. We see what's happening with the banking system. What is it, in Cuba a week ago or so? Everybody's bank account was zero. In Cuba, zero. How the hell did that happen? I just put 100 pesos or whatever they use in the bank. What are you telling me is zero? What the hell happened to it? Same kind of thing can go on here. But they're setting it up right now. So now is the time for you to take a nap. Recharge. The shit's going to hit the fan. But I expect you already know that. You feel it. Let's begin. Let's go all the way to the left. We have the Queen of Swords. Swords are thoughts, ideas. The Queen is very perceptive, very clever, very realistic. She's straight talking to herself as well as others. That's one of the things here, and we say this all the time, but it all begins with you, me, ourselves. If you can't be honest with yourself, then you're not going to be honest with anybody else. Queen of Swords says, nope, I'm going to be honest, even with myself, even though it's uncomfortable, even though it may even be painful. I have to be realistic. I have to have clear perspective. And to do that, I got to be truthful to myself. One of the truths that you may run across is the next card, the Ten of Wands. Wands are possibility, potential, gratitude, joy, enthusiasm. Ten of Wands says, okay, that's enough. I've played the game long enough. I carried the load. I did my share. I now know you're full of shit. Your message is full of shit. I'm not doing it anymore. That's a very scary prospect because that means you're going to have to stand out on your own. You're going to have to think for yourself. You're going to have to think outside the box. To be honest, most people can't do it. 85% of the people can't do it. You got a shitty world. You got a shitty government. Guess what? In America, it's government by, for, of the people. Where have the people been? They keep voting the same assholes into office year after year after year. Mitch McConnell has been a jerk for 40, 50 years, and yet the people in West Virginia keep voting him in. What the hell's the matter with you? Same thing with all politicians. In fact, Mark Twain said it best 150 years ago. He said, politicians are like diapers. They need to be changed often and for the same reason. If this is a government by, for, and of the people, then the people have to resolve the problem. They don't have the guts. They don't have the balls. They can't do it. So yes, you have the Queen of Swords saying, I got to be honest. I got to be realistic. I have to be truthful to myself. Part of that is saying I'm going to drop the load. I am not going to be part of a system that's killing me. Because that's literally what it's doing. Yes, it's taking money from you, but you know what? It's taking your life. It's taking the most important thing any human being has. Time. They want you busy, 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 occupied all the time. In fact, I've said this tons of times, and I'm going to keep saying it. John D. Rockefeller, who is one of the biggest assholes in history, created our education system. What you have in school today is what he started 100 years ago. He said, I want a nation of workers, not thinkers. That's what he has. That's why your life and my life suck. So it's time to get beyond that. Start thinking clearly, start thinking straight, be honest with yourself, put the burdens down, put the bullshit down, and move forward. I know you're scared, so am I. We have no idea what's ahead, but we do know what's ahead if we don't exercise our individual rights. Next card that we're looking at right now is the Moon card, the card of illusion. That's what we've been living under for more than 100 years. I think we hit a turning point right after the Civil War, a serious heavy-duty turning point. We went to sleep. We did not pay attention. Now, the system wasn't set up to help us pay attention. That's one of the things that we're going to have to change in the future, keep us more connected. There are a lot of things, we won't get into it now. That's a political discussion. We're talking tarot. But politics are involved because politics run your life. What you got around you right now, that's politics. Sorry. So the Moon says we have been deceived. That means we go to the Eight of Pentacles. We work hard on our value system. Don't chase the dollar. Don't chase the peso. Don't chase new cars, new homes. Because whatever you own owns you. Everything you own, you got to pay to maintain. You got to pay to tax. You got to pay, because that's the game. The true values are love, friendship. You can't buy those. You might be able to rent them for a while. How about joy? How about peace? How important would peace be in your life right now? And again, we go back to the most important item of all, time. You don't get time back. You can lose money and get it back. You can lose your health and get it back. Time waits for no one. One time through, that's it. So time to take a look at your values. Be honest with yourself, clear-eyed, no bullshit. Let's get to the truth. Once we get there, let's drop whatever is garbage, whichever is hurting us more than harming us, realizing that we've been lied to, that life is an illusion, and let's reformulate our values. You may be down, but not out. This is a time to take a nap. Recharge your mind, your body, your spirit, because you're going to step into it real quick. That's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Tao Tarot. Between now and the next time we get together, peace and blessings.